Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Alongside Greg Anthony, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and our reporter, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And tonight, we'll be joined by the man with his finger on the pulse of the NBA, no one better than Shams Charania. Shams, it is so great to have you courtside with us.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much. Talking basketball is what and honestly, we were born to do, so let's do it.
And look at the guys by our side, man. We all love this game. Let's go right into it. So, with Holiday sitting on the bench, here's the five for Quinn Snyder right now. Lou Dort out there with Durant, and there's Porzingis. Then it's Trae Young, and it's Allen in at shooting guard. And for the Pistons, they've got Klingon. Mobley is out there with Devin Vassell. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. So Atlanta will get the first possession. Young outside. Porzingis with a screen on Dinwiddie. Outside, KD. That three off the mark. And here is Vassell. The screen for Vassell. It's over Dort. They get the rebound. Klingon goes up with it again. He takes it up and lays it in. Klingon's got the first points on the scoreboard for the Pistons. Durant against Mobley. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Just working his way inside there. Durant so good at just finding his shot all over the court.
Nice ball movement by Detroit. Dinwiddie for three. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. First quarter, just over a minute played. Up top, Durant. Covered by Mobley. KD, a screen on Dinwiddie. Shot clock at 6. Mobley against KD. And Durant can't get that one to fall.
Well, I'm surprised that didn't fall for him. We know that's a shot he can hit, and there wasn't much resistance either.
It's Klingon, top of the key. Driving to the basket. And it's Klingon with the jam.
And there's the movement. Klingon with great body control coming down the lane.
You know, Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider. But clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I love playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories, so to be able to tell that story to the fans. I feel like I am one of the fans. That's why I feel like I can relate to the fans, and so that's what inspired me mostly to take this career path that I've taken.
You're so connected. It is a pleasure reading you and hearing you.
Kevin, appreciate you so much, and just know the stories will keep coming.
Here's Dinwiddie following the basket by Trae Young. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
On the catch and shoot, you have to be decisive, and Dinwiddie shows the ability to do just that.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to talk to his guys. Jones checked in for Atlanta. Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Young outside. Out to KD. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
Good work there as it goes. 6 points for Donovan Clingan. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. It's a 5-point game. And the influx of international players continues to just fill these rosters in the NBA. And Shams, it has truly become a global league.
It's truly a beautiful thing, right, Kevin? We want sports to bring people together, to really galvanize communities, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your gender, anything. And now I really feel we're breaking down a lot of barriers in the world.
I think 3 of the top, 5-6 players, we got Doncic. We've got Porzingis, of course, who was such a nice player, but Antetokounmpo and Jokic. I mean, the names go on of key contributors to winning teams.
You have to make a case that the world team against the U.S. team, if they were ever stacked against each other, that would be a heck of a game.
You and I would pay for the ticket, wouldn't it? I would pay to watch that.
I'm willing and able to pay immediately, Kevin. Sign me up. When are we going?
I hope soon. Count the basket.
Yeah, they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
The Hawks trail by 6. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff for a minute. He noted how much extra film they're watching heading into this, and one guy that jumped out at them was Kristaps Porzingis. He said scoring over that guy is a challenge. It's not just the size, it's how well he positions himself. And he's a patient shot blocker. He waits for you to make your move. We'll see how they approach it. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, we can all agree nothing better than the atmosphere of an NBA game. So, Shams, I know it's hard to pick one, but is there a best crowd, a best atmosphere in the NBA that you've come across that you really appreciate?
The Warriors fans, I feel, even at their peak, they bring a different level of aura, of enthusiasm. Kevin, you've been to more arenas than I have in more celebrating times as well at different points. What's your favorite, what's your best NBA arena atmosphere?
When that New York crowd is popping, that arena is second to none, man. It is sizzling. Like you, I love knowledgeable fans, right? They know the calls, they know the officials, they know the strategies, they know what a player can and cannot do. That, to me, is the best part about going in some of these arenas and feeling that the players, have made it to a point where the fans know exactly what they can and cannot do. Knowledgeable fans.
I'll take your word for it, but that just means I have to get out to a Knicks game ASAP.
Here's Reed, following the score by Miles Turner. Reed with a screen on Holiday. Highland misses. The Hawks trail by 4. Murray right side. With the drive. From 17 feet out. Mobley with the rebound.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Vassell, he's checked in for Detroit. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Bones Highland. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Reed with a screen for Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Johnson is fearless, which is why his coaches encourage him to be aggressive and seek out contact.
And Johnson drops them both. There's 48 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Holiday against Caldwell Pope. Holiday, the pass to Turner. Takes the three. Johnson with the rebound. Detroit leading by 6. And the foul on Drew Holiday. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, when you watch Vassell, it's easy to see why scoring comes so natural to him.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line. And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Sharp against Murray. Up top Sharp. He has yet to score.
Well, give credit to the defense for cutting him off. Normally, that'd be easy points for him at the rim.
The deep three from Murray. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Pistons on top, leading by 5. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And also, guys, they're out-muscling their opponent. The points in the paint are piling up because of that aggressiveness.
Contavious Caldwell Pope is out there with Shaedon Sharp. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Naz Reid. And it's Vassell in at the 3 slot. They're the group Detroit will start the second with. And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
Vassell, the pass to Sharp. Just 5 to shoot. Detroit needs to get off a shot. Reid misses.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Here's KD. Detroit with the rebound. Johnson with it, and Young picks him up defensively. It's tipped. Porzingis passes to Durant. KD draws the double. And here's Young from the arc. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Young's got 5 points so far.
Well, you know this is coming with Young on the court. He's always looking for his next 3.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. So for the Pistons, Klingon, he's checked in for Johnson. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Then for the Hawks, Turner comes in for Porzingis, and it's P.J. Washington in for Durant. Unloads from 9, misses off the left iron.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Pass to Turner. It's blocked.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
Murray outside. The kick out to Young. Hey, Shams, I know you're connected throughout the NBA and to a lot of front offices that have you ever thought about maybe shifting gears a little bit and working for a team?
There is always intrigue into something like that, Kevin, but I've seen how tough the environment can be, and honestly, it is really much more fun to be talking to you on this side of the media world and the media equation of the NBA. But listen, there's always intrigue with the front office.
And a lot of opportunity. I know you're looking, but thank you for your honesty in that one.
Not a consistent three-point shooter, but Dinwiddie can get hot, so you can't just let him fire at will.
And there's the call. It's on Spencer Dinwiddie. That is his first foul of the game. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
And their offense has all but disappeared this quarter, shooting in the low 30s for the game. They had some success in that first quarter, but not much since then.
Detroit shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
And stolen by Mobley. Here's Dinwiddie, and it's sent back by Turner.
An elite rim protector and shot blocker. Turner excels at rising up and denying those shots.
Dinwiddie against Young. Turner with a screen on Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Young. And it's good for 2. Young's got 5 points now in the quarter. All right, Shams, I know you can't reveal all your secrets, but how do you develop relationships with your sources? The players, the agents, the GMs, the scouts all over the NBA.
It comes year after year. This has been something I've been doing for the better course of the last 15 years. So for me, it's about relationships, it's about daily communication, and making sure that I keep the trust, I keep the faith, and I keep a level of respect with everyone that I come across. Relationships are the name of the game, especially in the NBA.
Well, that's what I've heard about you. They trust you. So if they're going to confide, they know they can trust you. I would think that would be maybe the core of how you operate.
Trust and faith, that develops early, not taking shortcuts. I'm very much for the long game.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, you know, guys, the amount of offense that Young creates for himself and his teammates is staggering. This guy does it all.
Sharp checked in for the Pistons. Atlanta also making some changes here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Turner. Kevin Durant comes in for P.J. Washington. And Allen subbed in for Murray. Dinwiddie passes to Mobley. Young against Sharp. Now here's Durant. Not a lot of room. Back to Young. Pass to Allen. Now Dort. Now Young. Defended by Sharp. The Hawks again can't hit.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Dinwiddie against Young. From the line. Right wing. Here's Mobley. Detroit, no good that time either.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. And what a treat it was to have Shams stop by. He's definitely become part of the fabric of the NBA.
Yeah, and I'll say this. You won't meet a harder worker in terms of NBA coverage. Shams has amazing dedication to his craft.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And it's a completely new group for Atlanta.
Substitution on the floor.
4 on the clock. Here's Holiday. And Klingon pulls it down. Klingon's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. 27 seconds left now here in the second. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Now here is Holiday. He's guarded closely. Turner finds Holiday. LeVert sets a screen for Holiday. Lets it go from deep. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Pistons lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And Kentavious, you guys were getting a lot of offensive rebounds in the first half. How important was that?
I mean, they was important, man. We got to keep them off the glass. We can't get them second shot, and we got to offensive rebound too as well. Get us some second chance at the basket and just keep working hard.
Well, you made it work in the first half, KCP. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Please direct your attention now to center court. And get ready for the fans half-court shot. Jerome Rose leads. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear for contestant.
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half.
A few things for them to focus on: more presence on the backboards, more physicality, maybe a few elbow sandwiches.
And maybe the guards need to crack back, get in there and help out.
Okay, and now let's check out the power rankings as we move through the middle of the season.
Taking a look at the Hawks, they're on a mission, you can tell. They came into the season locked and loaded, making a statement here early on, Ernie.
Still, that'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. It's been one outstanding game from Trae Young.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
So with Holiday sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Trae Young. Porzingis is out there with Durant. Then there's Murray. And it's Dort in at the 3.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's his first foul. Young against Dinwiddie. Pass to Mobley. Here's Grimes. Back to Mobley. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Vassell finds Dinwiddie. A three-pointer is right on target. And it's a 9-point Piston lead. It's so easy, Coach, to highlight the athleticism, but there's certainly a mental aspect to the game as well. I know you value that as a coach.
You can never, Kevin, overestimate how important intelligence is. I was in the NBA, or have been around the NBA for 30 years, and I have never seen one really good player who wasn't really smart.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is what you love to see. Porzingis attacking the rim.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. In the corner, it's Mobley. Vassell outside. His three-pointers off the mark. The Hawks trail by 7. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Well, that's why you got to get out on Murray if you're the defense. He absolutely has this kind of range.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Turner's checked in for Porzingis. Josh Hart comes in for Dort. Grayson Allen's checked in for Murray. And it's Holiday in for Young. Pass to Grimes. Mobley outside. Here's Grimes. Allen defending. On the wing, Dinwiddie. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Holiday with the block.
Well, Holiday is a phenomenal defender. A point guard who can block your shot if you're not careful.
Turner with a screen on Dinwiddie. Holiday the pass to Turner. And it's slammed in by Turner.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Mobley inside. KD's on him. Pass to Grimes. Here's Dinwiddie. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Yeah, loose coverage by the defense, but he just couldn't make them pay.
He stands since 2009. The Pistons have just 2 playoff appearances.
Yeah, that's true, Kevin. And they got swept in both of those playoff appearances. They haven't won a playoff game since 2008. And with all the lottery picks they've made recently, their fans are itching to see some progress.
And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21. That was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
And the Pistons making a change here. Sharp's checked in. A nice shot by Clingan.
Clingan knows how to use that size, both as a screener and a finisher.
Holiday against Dinwiddie. Here's Allen. No good off the front iron. For Detroit, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Mobley outside. Pass to Sharp. Clingan with it. Turner covering. And there's Clingan. That's good on the assist by Mobley. That's 10 points for Donovan Clingan.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Porzingis, he's checked in for Turner. Dort comes in for Josh Hart. Jamal Murray, he's checked in for Grayson Allen. Young is subbed in for Drew Holiday. Murray outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Murray's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Hawks. Dinwiddie kicks to Mobley. Vassell against Dort. And the basket by Vassell.
Well, defensively, they've just looked lost in this second half. They need to turn up their intensity and get back to the way they were defending in the first half.
Here's Murray up on top. 8 points for him. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Porzingis has got 6.
Well, you might think of Murray as just a scoring point guard, but he's also a great playmaker.
Back to Mobley. Pass to Clingan. That ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
I tell you, not only does Clingan set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
Inside. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to a single point after the basket from Kristaps Porzingis. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Sharp. Dinwiddie sets the screen for Sharp. No good on that one. Nice D from Porzingis. And so Young will bring it up for Atlanta. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Now, here's Sharp. He's looking for Mobley and finds him. Pass to Clingan. And it's Clingan with the jam.
And when someone as big as Donovan Clingan gets going, he's so hard to stop. Keep feeding the big fella.
And Young kicks to Murray. And it's Vassell with the foul. That's his first foul. A different look here for Detroit. Reed, he's checked in for Clingan. Johnson comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Dinwiddie. Then for the Hawks, Turner's checked in for Porzingis. Josh Hart comes in for Dort. And it's Drew Holiday in for Young. Outside for KD. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Durant's got 9.
And for Durant, it's just that simple. Get the ball and shoot it.
Sharp against Murray. Now, here's Sharp. Still scoreless. Mobley misses.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
Yeah, that just comes down to the timing being off between those two guys.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Bucks on top. They're up by 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of the game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guards. Set others up, play the game the right way.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Sharp out there with Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then there's Keldon Johnson. And it's Reed in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Johnson with a screen on Dort. It's Vassell with the drive. Clock at 6. And Reed has it in the corner. Drains it from beyond the arc. Reed's got it all tied up now for the Pistons.
Such a confident shooter. Reed was ready as soon as the ball got to him.
KD a screen on Caldwell-Pope. Young with the ball. And it's Johnson picking him up. Caldwell-Pope against Durant. And Durant gets double teamed. Dort wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. But it's no good. Johnson against Dort. Johnson right side. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. And the Pistons making a change here. Dinwiddie's checked in. The Hawks shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Durant, the pass to Porzingis. Johnson against Durant. Out to Porzingis. Launches a 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the inside. And Reed throws it down.
Showing off his power. Reed gave the dunk everything he had.
Here's KD. KD, so efficient in there.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
And timeout called by J.B. Bickerstaff. And that timeout by Coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. Checked in for Atlanta. Josh Hart comes in for Dort. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. During that last break, I listened in to J.B. Bickerstaff's huddle. Now, they've been happy with the way the team is shooting. He reminded players to keep taking those threes, that they've had some clean looks. And when that three goes in, it's always a welcome sight. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Dinwiddie, it's good. With that basket, he's now 5 for 9.
Not everything fell for him in that first half, and now it looks like they're beginning to hit their stride.
Young passes to Turner. And here's Porzingis. Porzingis is doubled. Shot clock at 5. Here's Hart. And the three off target.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And the wide open shot from Reed. Offline with his three. The Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Murray looking around. Up top, Porzingis. Banked in off the glass.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I'd keep going to that until they stop it.
Pass to Johnson. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And here is Vassell. Defended by Hart. Reed with a screen for Dinwiddie. Driving the lane. Johnson wide open. He fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dinwiddie.
Down in the corner. Johnson knows he just has to focus on his mechanics to get it done.
Young pass to Hart. Back to Young. Outside for Murray. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Pistons leading by 3. Sharp, the pass to Johnson. Reed with a screen on Porzingis. And here's Johnson outside. Another 3 for Detroit.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. A different look here for Detroit. Klingon, he's checked in for Reed. Mobley comes in for Keldon Johnson. And it's Quentin Grimes in for Sharp. Atlanta also making some changes here. Durant's checked in for Turner. Dort comes in for Josh Hart. And it's Holiday in for Young. Out to Porzingis. Back to Durant. Shoots over Mobley. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Detroit with the ball. They're on a 13-4 run right now. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
On a shooter like Dinwiddie, you have to guard close, but Dinwiddie challenges that defense and draws the foul.
So he gets them both. The Hawks trail by 8. Holiday surveying the floor. Driving in. Right side Durant. Back to Holiday. Fires the 3. Atlanta again.
Thanks, everyone, for joining 2K. Just a few games in the books thus far. As a player, how important is this part of the schedule?
It's crucial for a lot of guys. Right now, coaches are nailing down lineups and rotations. A strong start can set you up for the rest of the season.
And now the opening lineup for Chicago. Jackson out there with Dosunmu. Then it's Edey. Then it's Fred VanVleet. And it's McCollum at the 2. Drills it from deep.
Can't sleep on McCollum. Not even for a second, because that's when he strikes.
Young against VanVleet. Outside Porzingis. Young looking over the floor. Porzingis with a screen on VanVleet. Just 5 on the clock. A good look from Young. They get it back. Porzingis. The kick to Durant. Up and over McCollum. The rebound by Jackson. And here's VanVleet. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 3-point game. Dosunmu can't hit. Outside Durant. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play. And Atlanta making a change here. Murray's checked in. Richard, when it comes to the Bulls, they have one of the most committed fan bases in the league.
Yeah, the Chicago fans are for real. The Bulls are routinely at the top of the list for total attendance. Even on the road, there are usually Bulls fans sprinkled in every crowd.
Here's Edey. Dosunmu outside. Pass to VanVleet. Fires the 3.
A tremendous defender. Durant's length can cause major issues for the offense.
Drops in the 3.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Durant. 6 points for him. Outside Young. Back to Durant. And it's McCollum. That time on the assist from VanVleet. McCollum's got his second basket of the night. For Atlanta, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Young with it. Jackson in his pocket. The 3 is up. Durant, no good. Chicago has gone 1 of 4 from deep. Ooh, had a nice open look right there.
Set him up properly. VanVleet will knock that down.
Outside Young. Screen by Durant. Stolen